Hello from London, and it's Quick Tip Tuesday, and today it's the 8th and final video in the mini-series on getting the most out of working one-to-one with a language teacher. This, for me at least, would typically be online over Skype, for example, but it could be a one-to-one physical lesson as well. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. Gareth Popkins. Here on the channel I talk about language learning from many angles, including vlogs, attending language learner events, tips like these, and reviews and inspiring interviews. So maybe think about subscribing for the vibe. And if you want to get my free language learner skills webinar training, you can follow the link underneath this video. During this series, we've covered a lot of ground. We looked first of all at choosing a language teacher. We looked at setting goals and having realistic expectations. I asked the question, at what level does it make most sense to work with a teacher? How do you work with more than one teacher? And last time, in the 7th video, I said if you can, concentrate on tasks during the lesson that you can't perform on your own. That's the way to get value for money out of the teacher as well, I think. The final tip is take an interest in your teacher. Language lessons are actually a two-way thing. And it's quite normal that you might think, particularly if you're new to the game and you're a nervous student, that all the focus is going to be on you. You'll be worrying, can I respond to the teacher's questions? Can I perform? What am I going to talk about? But it's actually also possible for you to take the initiative a bit in interacting with your teacher. I'm talking mainly about conversational sessions here, but it could also be after you've been working together on a text about a particular topic. So take an interest in the teacher's opinions on the one hand. So if you are looking at a particular topic, then you can ask the teacher what they think about it. For example, if you're looking at a text discussing the merits of living in the town or living in a city, you can ask the teacher, do they live in a town or a city? Which do they prefer? Have they lived in one or the other? Depending on your level, of course, this may be more or less sophisticated, but it's something you can do even at a lower level. So if the teacher asks you, do you live in an apartment or do you live in a house, for example, freestanding house, you can turn the question round and ask them. I recently was working on a topic in one of my Basque books with a teacher about how chocolate is made and the history of chocolate. So I could then ask the teacher whether the teacher likes chocolate, do they prefer milk chocolate or dark bitter chocolate, that sort of thing. Show an interest in the teacher. Don't let the topic just be sterile or just be about you. So that's on topics and opinions. The second angle to this, though, is to take an interest in the teacher's life as well. So it's a good way to break the ice at the beginning of a lesson to ask the teacher how last week's gone for them, if you're having weekly lessons, or what's been going on with them since the last lesson, for example. They may well start by asking you that, but how many times have you thought, well, I can be proactive here, interactive, and ask the teacher the same questions? After all, in real life, when you're using your language, it's going to be a two-way thing. At the end of a lesson too, I like to ask the teacher what they've got coming up in their life. It's this sort of reciprocity which can lead to relationships developing. Relationships, of course, are always one of the most rewarding things in life and language learning. If you show an interest in the teacher then and take a more interactive approach, I bet that you'll find that your experience of working one-to-one online or in person with a teacher will be more rewarding and more meaningful. You may even find that after working for a while with a teacher, you don't just have a teacher, but you've also got a friend. Do you have a favourite teacher with whom you've developed a great two-way relationship? What did you like and really appreciate about that teacher? And what's the main tip that you would give to anyone starting out working with language teachers? Let us all know in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching this mini-series, and if you haven't seen them all, then there's also a link underneath to the playlist with all 8 videos there. See you in the next video, and as always, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for the vibe. throw your thumbs up, tickle that bell, and share the effect. See you next time!